Hi everyone, this is Tammy, owner of Worthy, Worth It, and Priceless, and today's podcast is titled Grow With Me or Go Without Me. And I know that this is the last day of the year, and so it's always that whole thing where someone says, oh, new year, new me, and all this other stuff. This is not the same thing. It can be, but it's not. It is about someone or having people around you that want to remain stuck and don't want to grow at all. And they have the ability to grow with you, because I know if you're like me, it's like if we're friends or anything like that, I'm trying to help you get to the next level. Let me know what you want to do. I'm gonna give you the blueprint, basically the steps and everything, because I've started businesses. I went to school for business, and and I have a degree and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, if you're around me, I'm trying to motivate you, just like I do a podcast, all this stuff. But the issue is, a lot of times you have people around you that just want to ride the waves and not want to do the work. And I've noticed that a lot, and not just in my life, but I've noticed that even other people saying that same thing. It's like there's people now that even if you give them the blueprint, they were like, oh no, I just want you to do it for me. Or they'll pay someone to do it for them. Just like if you go to, just say you go to the grocery store. Someone goes to the grocery store, you go to the grocery store, and you get all the ingredients to make hamburger helper or whatever, because, that's the steps. And so you're like, okay, yeah, so you paid all the money. And then what would they do? They'll sit up there and they'll go and just say, go to Burger King or something like that, because they all of a sudden you don't feel like cooking or whatever, or they'll pay somebody else to make the meal for them because they just don't want to do the work. And that's the thing. We should all be at least on a place of moving forward. No days in our life are the same. You'll never get today back. There will never be another December 31st, 2020. This is the only day. And so with that being said, everything should be growing and evolving, and the people around you should be growing and evolving. It doesn't matter at what pace. At least we could at least be on the same page. If you lack in this, I may be better in this, so then we can help each other. But a lot of times we are around people who want to remain stuck and then want to complain like, oh my goodness, I'm always stuck. I'm not going anywhere, this, that, and the third. And it's because you're not really trying to move at a regular pace. God has given us all gifts and talents, but you have to realize, especially if you are the strong one, it is not your job to make sure that everyone comes along with you, because sometimes, like I've said over and over, everyone can't come with you to that next level. And a lot of times we're trying to, hey, hold on to our friends like, no, this my day one, this my bestie, they have to come with me. And God is saying, no, they're holding you back. You don't know the private conversations that people may have had behind your back. You don't know what that person may try to do to you going forward. And although someone is with you right now, doesn't mean that they're supposed to come into that next season with you. So I know that everybody says, new me and all this other stuff, but at the end of the day, it needs to be a new you. If this year hasn't taught anyone anything, it should be for the whole point. You need to look at your circle. You need to look at your family members and everyone around you, because everyone should be going into the same direction, at least going forward. Not saying someone just talk about people going back and always looking backwards and always want to, think about what happened in the past. We need to move forward. If this year hasn't taught us anything, it is about forward motion. You need to have people around you who's going to be there for you. Even if they lack in a season, you should be able to pick up the slack. If you lack in a season, they should be able to pick up the slack. If you don't have people around you that is able to pick up the slack, if you're falling down, if you're down for a season, then you might need to look back over your circle, because who knows what's going to happen next. And the worst thing would be is to be out in the middle of a storm and you have no one to call on. But these are these same people that is saying, "Oh, that's my bestie, that's my sis, that's my bro." People are quick to put a title on you and say that you're my bestie, day one, and this, that, and the third. And like I said in the previous podcast, but then they don't do the work. And then they're not there for you if something goes wrong. So you need to look at these people now. Because the worst thing is to be in the middle of a storm, like I stated, and you have no one there to fight with you, but everyone else is calling you sis, bestie, or day one. So look at your circle. Make sure that everyone is going to be there. And if they're not, ask God to reveal your circle to you. And He definitely will. But before you pray that prayer, and I'm speaking from experience, before you pray that prayer, make sure that you ask God to prepare your heart, because there will be more than likely people that God will reveal to you. He will reveal things about them and they may drop off. So you want to ask God to prepare your heart, because some people that you thought that was going to always be there, they're not going to be there. So that is my warning to you. Do not pray that prayer if you do not want to lose friends, because God will reveal things to you that you've never even known. And next thing you know, you're like, oh my gosh, I thought they were going to always be there. Trust me. I'm telling you from experience, do not pray that prayer unless you are ready. Pray to God beforehand that you pray that God prepares you for what is to come, because I'm just speaking from experience. But anyway, with that being said, this is the last day of the year, of this decade. So I will see you guys. I know this is so corny to say, but I'll see you guys next year. But always know that you have worth, you have value. Make today count. Whether you listen to this in this decade or next decade, make every day count. You have worth, you have value, you are necessary on this earth. Thank you so much for your continued support of this podcast and of me. And until next time, love you guys. Thank you for your support once again. Bye.